Hi, it's Ben from Page here, and in this video I'll be comparing the two LEGO Hulkbusters that have been released. So the first thing that I'm going to be comparing between these two Hulkbusters is the height and width. So first of all, I'll start with the height. The height of the 2015 one is 12 centimeters, and the 2018 one is 13.5 centimeters. Now, as you can see, that extra centimeter does make quite a difference, because the 2018 one does look a lot taller than the 2015 one. Now, the widths are definitely very different. The 2015 one is 4.5 centimeters, and the 2018 one is 12 centimeters. So you can see that it's definitely a lot wider than the 2015 one. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about in this comparison video is the design of the two Hulkbusters. Now, both of these do look really cool. However, personally, I do prefer the 2018 one because it looks a lot sleeker. It also looks a lot more bulky and just a lot more powerful in general. And also, I do quite like the separately articulated toes. That does add a little bit of detail as well. However, there are some details that I do prefer about the 2015 one, such as the round arc reactor compared to the square one, and also some other small details such as the inside of the hands, where there's a transparent piece instead of a stickered piece. But overall, I will say that the 2018 one does look a lot better. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about in this video is the articulation of the two builds. Overall, the articulation is very similar. I mean, you can move the fingers on both of the models, and you can also sort of move the arms around, and you can also move the headpiece up and down to get the minifig out. The chests of both of them are slightly different. This one you open up three separate sections, and this one you open up the entire thing. However, that does make it slightly harder to open up, so I do prefer this one as far as the chest opening. Some other things I do prefer on the 2018 one are the fact that the arms and legs can move slightly better, especially the legs, because they're on sort of this weird joint that can sort of move in and out. And there's also the ball joint down here, compared to this one, where it just has the ball joint and doesn't move quite as well, and does get stuck in certain positions. And also, this one does have the articulating toes, which does make it easier to get the foot into different positions, and also does add to the details of the build. So the final thing that I'm going to be talking about in this comparison is the play features that both of these builds have. Right, so here's the 2015 one, and the 2015 one has two stud shooters. So you just press on here, and those go flying off. You can also press them both at the same time, and overall this is a pretty simple play feature, but a pretty cool one. Here's the 2018 one, and the 2018 one has a play feature where essentially you rotate the arm around to represent it smashing something. So to do that, you have to grab onto this piece at the back, and you just rotate it around, and the Hulkbuster starts smashing stuff. That's pretty cool, but there is one small downside of that play feature, and that is the floppiness of the arm. I mean, you literally can't pose it in any position other than straight down, because it just flops around a lot. And that, for me, just sort of takes away from the coolness of the play feature. So overall, as much as these both really cool Hulkbuster builds, I'd say that the 2018 one is much better than the 2015 one. And that's for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.